Good morning. I don't know what day this is. I think it's day 7. It's our first morning in Porto, and we are actually now going to leave the bustling, busy streets of Porto and get on a cruise. We're doing a Douro River cruise
plus port country.
And actually, I don't know if it's port country. I think we're doing just Douro wine country. So we're gonna do a bunch of
that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
We're just doing a bunch of wine tasting. Port is tomorrow. We'll go to the port houses, and it should be like a 10-hour day. So it's
waiting for our shuttle to pick
waiting
us
for
up.
our shuttle at 7:45. It's a little chilly right now. It's 64 degrees, but it's going to be 90. So kind of hard to dress for that. So come along, and we'll take on a pretty cool tour. I hope. Let's see.
Find out.
So we're a little squished in here.
Yeah, just a bit.
We're both in the front seat here, but we're ready for our guide.
After driving for about an hour and a half, we briefly stopped for a much-needed bio and stretching break in the town of Paso de Regra. The Regra train station is a major stop in the scenic Douro line. It is in the heart of the Douro Valley wine region and has been a central part of the region's life since it opened in 1879.
Okay, so by now you've seen the footage of us driving halfway. It is 9:30, and all I'm going to say is that's the most terrifying, I was going to use another word, drive. We decided to sit in the very... I don't think you can swear. So we were in the very front of the van, which is great because we got great footage. But I mean, first of all, they must have a rule that you absolutely can never be in the fast lane.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
So all they do is weave in and out, and then they wait. You think 95 is bad? They wait up until the very bumper of the car before they switch over. And if you can see how hilly it is, we have been up and over all of these. First we were on a freeway, and then we're on a highway.
A lot of blind corners.
A lot of blind corners.
Broken cars, and they have no shoulders.
And they have no shoulders, and then you're like, there's someone in this wall lane. And you're in the front seat, and you're the first thing that's going to go through the windshield. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to turn the camera around. We're at a little town. I don't even know. It's like Havka or something. We'll figure it out. He gave us a pit stop. Then from here, we're going to go to the river cruise. Then the river cruise is about an hour long, he said. Then we'll go to our first winery, and we'll have lunch. And then we'll do some port tasting. But I'm going to turn this around so kind of where we are. So here's the little town. It's very small. There is a train. So if you were staying in Porto and you want to take the train here, you can. You can see all of the vineyards, and it looks lovely where we are at the moment. I'll zoom in here. However, you also probably noticed on our way here, and I believe he said that's just Sandeman, a very famous port. Sandemans is made both in Spain and Portugal, if you didn't know that. Again, if you didn't know that Scott and I used to own a wine shop, well, you'll probably hear a lot of it today. And then more of the hills. But one thing you may and may not have noticed was the smog, and it's not smog. They're having horrible forest fires all around us, in fact. And we're from Washington State, we're used to that, but good thing I brought my inhaler, but I didn't bring it with me on this day trip. So should be interesting because we can already smell the smoke. So let's continue on. Check out this tree. It is camouflaged.
I can't even see it. What tree?
That's cool. And then these are the vans we're taking. Ours is the Mercedes, but they're both about the same size, and Scott and I are both sitting up front. Okay, I'm going to show you how squished in we are here. This is the driver's seat. I'm gonna turn this. This is the stick shift. These are our legs, and we haven't closed the thing yet. And I'm cooking like a sardine in here because we're waiting on 2 people.
A truck is going on that direction.
After a short drive, we made our way down to the river and the boat that would be taking us up and down the Douro Valley. The Douro River Valley in northern Portugal is the world's oldest demarcated wine region, famously known for its port wine and stunning landscapes. Human-built terraces line the steep hillsides, creating a unique and picturesque backdrop for vineyards, olive groves, and almond trees. The region is filled with vineyards and historic wine estates called quintas, many of which offer tours and tastings of port and other wines, which we will be doing shortly. Our guides provided us with lots of local knowledge and history of the region.
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear me, but what's been really educational is so many of these vineyards and courthouses are actually abandoned. And they're abandoned because of phylloxera, which was a disease that basically killed the grapes and the vines. They were able to, after doing some trials and experiments with grafting, actually from the U.S. It was the U.S. that brought over the phylloxera, and then it was the U.S. that brought over the grafts. That brought them back, but it was superstitious at first for them to replant. So these are all abandoned still.
After returning to land, we headed to our first winery of the day, Croft.
Now we are going to drive to the particular roads of Douro.
Okay, so where are we?
We are at Croft
Okay, so
since
we're at.
1588.
It's also Quinta da Roida, I think is how you say it. We used to sell Croft, and so they also make table wine as well, not just port.
Croft was founded in 1588 and is the oldest still active port wine producer. The company is best known for its vintage ports, but is not constrained by tradition as demonstrated by its Croft Pink, the first ever rosé port. During our visit, our tour guide gave us an overview of the port making process. We got to view the vats in which the grapes are stomped, and then we headed out into the vineyard to learn more about the growing process. We even got to try the grapes right off the vine. What an experience. From the vineyard, we headed back into the tasting room to taste 3 of their most popular wines.
Actually the same, dark red. In terms of flavors, we get many dark.
Well, we had a fabulous time here in.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend. You get 3 ports. We're now going to go to. My face is beet red, and I'm sorry about that. We are now going to go to lunch, and but right now the real feel is 97 degrees. And so we're all just kind of hanging out inside.
It's got to be hotter than 97.
Well, the other bummer right now is that the smoke, and we're from Washington State where we have forest fires, unfortunately, all the time. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the smokiness. Well, up there in the hills, you see the haze. That is all smoke. And so now Scott and I get to get into our front seat of our terrifying.
The speed racer.
He calls himself, what does he call him?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, great, yeah.
Fast and Furious. We're back there.
Okay, now we're off again. And we're gonna go to lunch.
Yep.
That was fantastic.
After exploring and enjoying everything Croft had to offer, it was time for lunch. So back into the van for a drive over to Casa de Barros, a winery and lodge located in Sabrosa. I will say, after having a little port, the drive didn't seem so terrifying.
Okay, so our driver just pulled over so that we could see the Douro Valley. Oh my. You want to talk about terrifying. We just came along that road all the way up and around. Holy. Okay. Again, another terrifying. One thing I'll say is that the route he takes was to give us an amazing view of the Douro, which of course I'm terrified of heights, but we bypassed the highway by doing that. And now we are going to lunch.
The winery is obviously the lunch spot for many of the Douro tour groups, as the courtyard was filled with tourists settling down for their lunch. Lunch featured a multi-course meal with unlimited wine. Luckily, we were shaded by the many trees. After lunch, we stepped into the wine cellar to learn more about and sample the wines. After more wine, we poured ourselves back into the van to make our way back to Porto.
What'd you think?
All I can do is,
You want to get down and kiss the ground?
okay, so, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. You have to back me up on this.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, first of all, our van did not have AC.
Oh, man. It was
So
toasty.
it is at least an hour and a half drive
Yeah.
to there and back. Just be prepared. And again, if you can visualize, like I tried,
Beautiful country, though.
but I try to visualize, I'm in the center of the front,
Of a manual van,
center,
stick shift.
center of the front seat. So imagine you're in the center of the front seat, coming down from a very, very high altitude.
Yes.
At an extremely fast pace, where they never are in the fast lane. They move over constantly, but in the far right lane, they're always like barely moving. So they're like weaving in and out of traffic, going about 80 miles an hour. And there's all these like arrows that go, oi, because your truck's gonna tip over. And we're in like this minivan and it's gonna, oi. And he did not slow down.
It
It was terrifying.
It was interesting.
And he's like, okay, so you take all that. And then he was so nice. His name is Jose, spelled Jose. And all of a sudden, he's so super nice. Highly recommend him. But then he'd whip out his phone and he'd go, here, look at my son. Look at him on my phone. He's cycling right now. And I'm like, put the phone back. Or he would go, hey, and over here we have it. He would totally take his eyes off the road. So,
But overall, the trip I thought was well worth it.
oh, well worth it.
I think if we were to do it again, I might consider doing a private tour.
We've done that in Italy.
We've done it both ways now. We've done it both, big group, little group. I find little groups are always better.
And when we got to the last spot, which was lunch, which was absolutely lovely, and a very small producer, that they then took a giant group into this like little tasting room area, and it was hotter than blazes. We're all drinking port.
Well, the problem was they had probably 10 different groups.
It was way too,
all together,
and we were all
and it was
hot and
just
bothered, and that's why our
having
face.
lunch and drinking.
You gotta
and
figure,
just-
in the interior, it was about 92 degrees,
Oh, yeah,
whereas
God,
here,
yeah.
it's about 75. So, highly recommend it. We're gonna head our way back to the hotel
We'll
now.
put the link down below.
Yeah, we booked it through Get Your Guide and Douro River cruise, and now we're gonna head back to the hotel, shower, and then we got another dinner tonight. So we'll bring you along for that too. So one other quick note. So the driver, we arranged for a pickup at our hotel, and they picked us up right at our hotel. Hey, sorry, there was a fly that landed on my phone. But they drop you off at some church that's about a 20-minute walk. It might be straight downhill, but you still gotta, there's some people that can't walk this far. Yes, it's a good thing we can. Well, good evening. We have showered, we feel refreshed, We are now on our hunt for dinner. We made reservations. Again, I mentioned this earlier, but we used the Fork app for everything for reservations. So tonight we're at Campo. Oh. Campo, he thinks. Are you sure we go up this alleyway? Okay, so Scott says that it is sending him to go this direction. It's like some hidden. Sure hope it's good.
After locating our restaurant for the evening, Flor dos Congregados, we settled in for what would be an incredible meal in Portugal's oldest restaurant, which was founded in 1852. The same family has run the restaurant for the last 60 years, and the service was impeccable. Our starters were fantastic. Allie even got me to try a green olive for the first time.
Okay, so what'd you order?
The pork cheek. And I gotta tell you, I've never had pork cheek before. Unbelievable. Just probably the most tender piece of meat I've ever had. Chicken, pork, beef, doesn't really matter. Delicious.
I have finally convinced Scott to try an olive because he loves olive oil. And ironically, this olive oil is stronger than these two olives.
I'm gonna try this. First green olive I've ever tried. So.
And you gotta make sure there's a pit in there. So you're gonna, like you did today. It's just like olive oil. I think the olive oil is stronger than the olive today. Don't you?
No thanks. Too salty.
For our entrees, I had the octopus and salad, while Allie had the fish. We finished with a small cookie cake and some port. Go figure.
Perfect.
Let me see, which one is it?
Number 17.
Yeah. So again, our restaurant was right there. Oh, this is how narrow the alleyway is.
I can't touch it. Oh, but pretty damn close.
Yep.
Pretty damn
And
close.
where is our hotel to here?
Right here.
Straight across?
Yep.
No. No, I don't think so. We're where the slats are, up and down. By
Well,
those
I didn't mean like literally across. I meant right there.
So, as you can see, this is obviously called, I didn't know that, Teatro San Bandera. This is our hotel right here. This must be a district.
Yeah, theater district. Hence the name.